brand questionnaire that I'm going to take you through. We brainstormed those finds, we did all this quite quickly, and then, and I'll go to show you examples, we tried to discuss how we could make the brand relatable and try to imagine this brand in our head. And we tested some name ideas as well. You know that where, what did they call, what's the youngest Beckham child called? Parker? Where David Beckham said they would say things like, Parker, your dinner's ready. So we did a wee bit of that, but it was like, thank you for calling, blah, blah, blah. So we did a wee bit of that and we had a bit of fun. So this is the activity that we went through. We talked about how brands make themselves relatable, and this was before social media. So how did that red word there humanise this so that people, not everyone, right, but lots of people liked the brand, so that they could go and have an airline and then they could have Coca-Cola, that died to death. But how could they do it? And they did it through this guy here. Now, it was two separate strategies. I used to work at DX Communications for Richard Emanuel, we're trying to replicate it now. So purposely, there was a PR company looking after Richard, where Richard went to certain events. What kind of events did Richard go to?
Posh ones. Well, I was going to say posh ones.
Yeah, he did go to posh events. I don't think he was at a farming meeting. Do you think? Have you ever seen him at a farming meeting? So where was he? If he wasn't at the farming meeting, where was he?
Where there's lots of pubs.
Oh yeah, yeah. So socialising, right? The red carpet, right? Celebrity type things. What kind of sports activities? Formula One, hot air balloons, right? It was purposeful. Right? He didn't go and watch Celtic and Rangers play. Well, why not? Because that makes him, he either has to be with Celtic, has to be with Rangers, and that pigeonholes him, right? So there was very purposeful events. How does he, I know this is a tiny picture, how does he normally dress? Casual. And if someone's dressed casually, that means that they're approachable, enjoying themselves, relaxed. Right? That's all purposeful. Right? So that whenever you think about him as a person, you associate it with this logo. And people, it's not everyone's opinion, but people would say, he's cool, he's an entrepreneur, he's a risk taker. I bet it'd be good to go on a night out with him. I wonder where we'd go on his private jet. Can you imagine going on a night out with Richard Branson? That would be fantastic, right? And then another example, okay, so over to you. Why was a coffee company want this man, who I first met in my television screen, in ER, to sell their coffee?
Smooth as the coffee.
Nailed it. Fantastic, right? So our perception of him as an individual, or certainly your perception of him, is that he's smooth. Therefore, because that's making a product relatable to our human brain. Wonder how that coffee tastes. Right? Should I go as far as to say, so if you were kissing George Clooney, it'd be that good. Right? And what else do we know about George Clooney? What events does he go to? Red carpet.
Hollywood.
Hollywood. How does he travel when he's in his Italian holiday home?
Plane.
Nope. Lake Como. What kind of boat? Rowing boat. Oh, that's right. So we know all of these things about him. So as speedboats are expensive and expensive. Expensive. How much does the coffee cost? It's not cheap, it's not Nescafe, right? It isn't, so it's expensive coffee. So they use him so that our human brains can understand what that is. Now that's the posh coffee you get on a Friday night when you've had a dinner party. Right? So do you get where I'm going with that? Now, I'm going to make a broad sweeping assumption here, we cannot afford George Clooney, and we can't afford to have 2 PR campaigns with Richard Branson. But hey, social media arrives, right? So our logo can be at events. You might post about being here. If you think that's appropriate to tell your audience on any of your social channels that you're here, then you could post about being here. Because social media is actually meant to be sociable. People still broadcast on social media, but you're actually supposed to socialise and talk about social activities and talk about other brands that you might rub shoulders with. So who does he often rub shoulders with? Another actor. Or we think a relatable media might. Brad Pitt, right? Okay. So what do you think him and Brad Pitt have in common?
Handsome.
Sorry. But you're only participating for the greater good of the event. Thank you very much. Is there anything else we have in common?
Cash.
cash, rich, so luxury,
Nice cars.
luxury, right? That would relate to an interesting cars, perhaps.
Women following them.
Beautiful women, right? Okay, so your logo, because of the world of social media, so your logo could be George, and George can go and hang out with Brad. Your logo can do the same things. You can make there's lots of things that you can do because of these easily accessible social platforms to socialise and humanise your brand without having those budgets. So we filled in the questionnaire. It was good fun, wasn't it? Right, this is the questionnaire. I asked questions. So clearly, what age is George playing? Or what age do you think he is roughly?
40s.
And he's 50, is he? I think he's over 50. But you can just check that for us, right? But we're given the impression that he's about 40ish, right? So in my world, that's still quite young, right? So why would you have somebody that appears like they're 40ish and not somebody that's 80 representing the coffee?
Something that 80-year-olds to buy coffee.
Yes, okay, so the reducing demographic, fair enough.
That looks sexy.
It looks sexy, it's more appealing than an 80-year-old. But that's the truth. That is the truth, right? So, the questionnaire asks you things like, what age do you want your brand to be? It's not 25 to 45, that's not an age. What age do you want what age should you behave as? And it's not the age of your business, because if you behave as if you're 5-year-old, I am not coming to stay with you because you cannot look after me, right? I need somebody that's fairly mature enough to run a business, right? So we asked you what age is it? So we did all of this. So we think that the Lennox family brand is 38, right? Where do you sit in terms of income? Because Brad and George are rich, which tells me that when I'm walking up and down in Morrison's, I'm not buying that. I like coffee, I drink it every day, but I'm not buying that because it's too expensive. So that's giving me that message, right? So we have sufficient disposable income. Do we have a nationality? So, does the brand Virgin have a nationality? No. What was the other brand that we talked about earlier that was very Scottish? Right, so they have a nationality. Right. So when you do this exercise, it tells you how to behave and what to talk about. So when they've done this at Iron Brew, they've decided they're Scottish and they're going to play it up. Right? They're going to display certain Scottish traits, if you like. And they put out posts on Twitter of a full cooked Scottish breakfast, which you can tell is a Scottish breakfast because it has a huge differential, which is a... No, leave the room! She said a hashtag potato scone, black potato scone, right? Okay. So you guys are going to do this later on. So we decided that we were Scottish. Right? So I'll put a summary up here of now, because we've not got the budget to employ George, right, and we're not going to get Richard.
We've got Dougie.
We've got Dougie. we kind of all poo-pooed that, it's just assumed that it's him, right? But I want you to imagine, now it could be colour schemes, it could be a person, who this is for describing, or what would make this brand relatable. Dougie. Like 30-year-old, and we decided the brand was male. Right? Now it doesn't be not. You don't have to answer. It could be non-gender specific.
We initially didn't though. We initially went, no, I don't think it's either one, and I think the feminism was like, well, it can't just be a guy. So we just left it as that, and then actually as we evolved through the whole thing, it ended up it actually is a male. It is, and it was funny how it was amazing how it actually came out at the end. We all went, no, it's male.
So I mean, look at also like L'Oreal. Do you think that's a male or a female brand?
Female.
Right, okay. So but you don't have to. This is your choice. You can take ownership. Right. So 30-year-old male, Loch Lomondon, very Scottish, fit with awesome banter. To be fair, there are Dougie's words. Right? Informal, friendly and approachable, exceptionally well educated in farming, culture, land management, family business and environmental management. Manages risk effectively, is proud, gritty, savvy and hard working, durable and authentic, passionate, welcoming and so much fun. Let the good times roll. So that's the summation of what we come up with when we went through this 3-page questionnaire. So, right, start to imagine this as a real person, because I'm going to ask you to give me some feedback. A 38-year-old male Loch Lomondon, fit. Now, I'm not meaning like lifting, 2 hours a day. I just mean fit from being outdoors, fit and healthy, good complexion, informal, friendly and approachable, exceptionally well educated in farming, manages risk effectively, is very proud, gritty, savvy and hard working, passionate and welcoming and a lot of fun. So what does that start to conjure up in your mind?
Who's doing the searches that you're playing to?
Who's that? What's the majority, male, female, doing the searches in the first place?
Mm.
That you
Right, I'm
claim
not
to?
thinking about the customer just now. I really want to think very specifically about the brand. What does it look like? Is it 4'5" if it was a person? Is it 6 foot? Big.
6'6" lumberjack.
What else? Are they wearing flip flops? Are they wearing flip flops?
Caber tosser, you can have good banter when you go.
Caber tosser with good banter.
Guy from Porridge advert.
The guy can go
Actually, he did.
Okay.
Maybe they think that they should be doing hen do's or something when they're just top 3 words.
The awesome banter. Okay, so there's something else we have, another product, right? Product development is ongoing along with brand development. So,
Fix stuff.
Hmm?
Mend things and fix stuff, and you just want to have them around doing
Uh-huh.
jobs in the kitchen and stuff like that.
oh, and you also said you want to have them around. I like that. You know, it's like,
It's useful.
but that's good though, because there was a bit. I think there was a bit of passion in that expression. I want to have them around. Remember the video at the beginning? Brands belonging to, brands meant belonging to. People like to associate themselves with brands. That's what people do in social media. People check into places. They use branded hashtags. They talk about where they are. They talk about brands that they're, whether it's a nightclub that they're having cocktails in, whatever it may be. That's what human beings do now, right? So they like to identify with a brand that they want to talk about. And you were laughing over there. So to me, that's all likes and comments on social media. That's only good. That's good stuff.